Hello, YouTube! It's Spotty321 here, and I'm back with another episode of my series, Can I Beat Pokémon Sword using only a Magikarp? So before we get into it, don't forget to destroy that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more episodes of this series. Now let's get into it. In between this episode and the previous episode, I did some max raid battles to get some candies so that I could power up Magikarp and make it ready for the next part of the game and the second gym battle. As you can see, I fed it some small, medium, and extra small candies and powered it up to level 33. So let's get on with the episode. First up, we gotta head back to Turrfield, which is where we left off after getting our first gym badge. Then we gotta heal up the Magikarp. And head east onto Route 5. So we skip this double battle, which is only optional if you only have one Pokemon in your party. And then decide to battle Cook Stewart to see how much XP we can get. He sends out an Applin, we send out the Magikarp, and go for Hydro Pump, which still does about 2/3 damage, maybe even a bit more, even though it's 4 times resistant. So then we go for it again, and it misses. Again, it's 80% accurate, so that's gonna happen from time to time, but we're lucky this is a battle that's easy to win. So we go for Hydro Pump again, and take it out. And we, of course, have to run into a wild Pokemon. Would have been great if that's shiny, because Stuffle is an awesome shiny. Probably gonna shiny hunt that at some point. Hopefully I'll be able to get the footage for that if I eventually am able to get a shiny Stuffle. But we continue on straight past the daycare because the Toxel gift is useless to us. Then go find a man whose bike is being stolen by Team Yell and agree to fight them for the bike. Team Yell Grunt sends out Zigzagoon. We send out the Magikarp. Go for Hydro Pump and clean one-hit KO. Out comes Thievul. Go for Hydro Pump again. And another easy KO. Maybe I might have trained up a little bit too much, but I don't think I'm going to do any training after the next episode, since the third gym is a fire gym, which we would be super effective against. So the second Team Yell Grunt sends out a Sableye. We send out the Magikarp. Go for Hydro Pump. And another easy KO. See, that's what makes this run possible, is that even though Magikarp has such awful stats, it gets Hydro Pump, which is a really, really good move. So then, the man decides to give us the bike, which we just fought back for him. And now we can go heal up our Pokemon, which is so much easier now that we have the bike. The bike is such a good thing in this game. It makes it so easy to move around and stuff. But I got a bunch of watts during my training, so I decided that why don't we just upgrade the bike as much as we can right away. So then we keep pressing the wrong button, but then we upgrade the bike the first time. Again, press the wrong button, and again. But then we upgrade it the second time, and we unfortunately do not have 5,000 watts to upgrade it a third time. But then we head back to Turrfield because we don't have the nursery fly point. And head on over the bridge where Hop the Bridge Troll is waiting. Is it just me, or does it seem like Hop likes to fight us when we're on bridges? But anyway, he sends out Wooloo. We send out Magic the Magikarp. Go for Hydro Pump. And Wooloo's taken down easily. Sends out Squire, which he got by evolving his Rookidee. And you know, eventually, later on in this game, this Squire will evolve into a Corviknight, which becomes a G-Max. So, the only way that would have been possible is if he went to the Isle of Armor first and got some Max Soup and gave it to it, which is something I just realized. And it makes sense for Nessa as well, who G-Maxed her Dreadnought after Dynamaxing it the first time. But anyway, he sent out his Drizzile. We went for Hydro Pump and missed. Meanwhile, he confused us with a Water Pulse, and we hit ourselves in confusion. Of course we did. Snapped out, and it missed again. This feels like beat all over again. And we, of course, missed again. We've missed 3 times and got confused once. So now we hit it, but since it's resisted and Drizzle is a strong Pokemon, it's able to tank the attack and KO us. Of course it did. But now we just have to heal up and hope we don't get as unlucky this time. So now we have to head east on to Route 5, which is so much easier with the bike. I'm so glad we get it so early in the game. And then let's battle Hop once again. He sends out Wooloo, we send out Magic the Magikarp. And we go for Hydro Pump but miss, and he goes for Defense Curl. If it was going to miss somewhere, Wooloo is probably the best option. But then we go for it on the second turn and hit it and take out the Wooloo. He sends out his Squire. We go for Hydro Pump again. And knock it out. And then out comes his starter Pokemon, Drizzle. And we go for a not very effective Hydro Pump, but at least this time we're able to hit it. And it does a solid amount of damage. Almost about 3/4, maybe a bit more. And then we go for it again. And it's taken out. So now we finally defeated Hop and can move on to Hulbury, but first Magikarp tries to evolve, which we all know it can't. Because its trainer is a nut who's trying to beat the game using only a regular Magikarp. So now we head on into Hulbury. And of course we have to watch a couple cutscenes. And first we have to go heal up Magikarp in order to get it ready for the gym mission. Then Olina and Rose start talking to a bunch of people with Bede next to them. And we have to go and find the gym leader Nessa, who is over by the lighthouse. So as you can see, we found her. Gotta talk to her for a second, get her lead card. And then now we can head on into the stadium. But first, we gotta talk to Ball Guy, who gives us a Lure Ball. I love Ball Guy, and I'm pretty sure about 95% of the community loves him as well. It was a great addition to Sword and Shield. I wish that they'd given us something better than the Cramomatic, which has a 1.2% chance of giving what I would consider to be a rare ball. 1% of like certain ones, and then a 0.1 of a different type and a 0.1 of a different type. I don't remember exactly what the names were, but yeah, it's pretty sucky. I wish they'd given us Kurt, who we can just give even 4 apricots instead of just 1, but at least he'll guarantee to give you a rare Pokeball. But anyway, let's get back to the gym challenge. We go for Hydro Pump, but unfortunately miss it. And we get hit by attack, go for Hydro Pump again, and we miss it again. We get hit by another Growl, and hopefully we can hit it this 3rd time, and yes we do. So at least this is happening now in the gym challenge, not, well, gym mission, sorry. Not the actual gym battle, because that would be much, much worse. So now let's just complete the first part of the puzzle. I remember I got really confused the first time doing the puzzle, but now that I've done it like 5 times, I believe, 4 or 5 times, it's so much easier. Just I'm pretty much memorized exactly what I have to do. So we battle the second trainer, sends out a Krabby, and we go for Hydro Pump and are able to land it first try this time, getting a clean 1-hit KO. I definitely leveled up a bit too much, so I'm not going to do any more training before the 3rd episode. But again, we go for Hydro Pump and 1-hit KO the Corphish. So we've defeated the second trainer, and now we can complete part 2 of the puzzle. So now we just have to go this way, sneak past that trainer because we don't need any more experience. Press that button and try to sneak past her again, but nope, she sees us. So we're going to have to battle her. She sends out her Remoraid. We send out the Magikarp. Go for Hydro Pump, but of course we have to miss. And now we only have 2 power points left, which is definitely a problem. So we go for a Hydro Pump again, but now that we're confused, we hit ourselves in confusion, which feels a lot like the Hot Battle all over again. But at least that doesn't use our power point. So now we make it through the confusion, but of course we still have to miss the Hydro Pump. And now we're at 30 HP, but we snap out and hit the Hydro Pump on our last power point. So now we've defeated the 3rd gym train, or no, we haven't. She has a 2nd Pokemon, whoops. So now we're going to be forced to go for Tackle, which is doing very little. Go for Tackle again. And now it goes for Bite, which puts us down into the red, which means Flail would actually be a much better option here, because it does less damage, more damage, the less health you have. So now that we're at low health, it's doing a ton more damage than Tackle, which is why Flail might actually come in handy at some point. So now we just have to wrap up part 3 of the puzzle. And now we can proceed on into the actual stadium part to signify that we've completed the gym mission. However, I am going to need to withdraw quickly in order to heal up Magikarp and restore the power points, because I can't go into the gym battle with no points on, or no uses on Hydro Pump. Otherwise, that wouldn't end very well. So we just exit out of the stadium, and we'll fly right to the Pokemon Center. Heal up Magikarp. And now we can return to the stadium for our gym battle. I'm glad that they gave you the option here to leave and then not have to go through the whole gym puzzle again. So now we can head on in. And I also really like the music and just the overall feel of the stadiums in Galar. They're really, really nice. So now we can begin our battle against Gym Leader Nessa, the Water type Gym Leader. She sends out her Goldeen, which I've seen way too many of trying to get the Mystic Water. So we go for Hydro Pump, which is not very effective. However, it still does like 90% damage. And now we'll go for Tackle to get that last little bit, because we don't want to waste Hydro Pump in case we end up needing those other 7 power points. She sends out Barraskewda, or Arrokuda, the pre-evolution of it. And I decide to go for the Dynamax here, because if we can one-hit KO this thing, then we'll be going into her Dreadnought with 2 turns of our Dynamax left, and the Rain, which would be making our Max Geyser do even more. So I decided that's the best option, and we go for Max Geyser here. And yes, we are able to get the clean one-shot on the Arrokuda and set up the crucial Rain. So she sends out her signature Dreadnought. One thing about this Dreadnought is it Dynamaxes here, but spoiler alert, in the final battle against Nessa, it G-Maxes. So does that mean he went to the Isle of Armor and had Max Soup? That might be the case, so that's something interesting that I noticed. But anyway, we go for Max Geyser. And we straight up one-shot it because it was neutral, since Dreadnought is Water Rock, and Water type is super effective against Rock, but not very effective against Water. So now we've taken out Nessa with ease, and yeah, I'm definitely not doing any more training. So, yep, we've got our second gym badge using only a Magikarp, and again, we're barely over leveled. So, like, it just goes to show how easy the Pokemon Sword game is. And it's not like we're item spamming our way through it even. But now, we've got the water uniform. And you know what we gotta do? Or, first Alina's gotta talk to us. But after that, we can go and change into the water uniform. Because since we're using a Magikarp, which is a water type, I thought it'd be an interesting idea. So let's go put on the water uniform. And we can put on maybe some blue glasses to match that. And now let's check out our bag. But unfortunately we only get the one. So we can go and buy some. And I think this navy one matches perfectly with our outfit, so let's buy it and put it on. And I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Can I Beat Pokemon Sword using only a Magikarp. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching all the way through this episode. It takes a lot of time to make, so I love it to see all you guys' support for these episode. And if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you're new for more episodes of this series. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.